Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone and welcome to Apprenons Ensemble. This is a French class for beginners, level 0, lesson 14. In today's class, we are going to study the numbers from hundreds and up. Les nombres 100 et plus. Les nombres 100 et plus. Okay, in this video, we'll talk about big French numbers. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions. Very big numbers. So, we'll start with the numbers from 100 to 999. Les nombres de 100 à 999. Don't worry about this number. We are going to pronounce it during the exercise. So we need to note down that no article or number in front of 100 when it means 100. What I want to say here, I'm trying to explain you that 100 is a very small number. Okay? So if I'm saying 100, please, I should not mention 1. So I'll just say 100 in French. From 200, 300, we'll mention the number before 100. But for 100, please, do not mention 1. Second point, 200 and up requires an S at the end of 100. Okay, so 200, 300, it's plural. It's more than 1. So for that 100, for 200, so 100, we are going to add S. 300, we'll add S at 100. For 200 and up, when 100 is followed by another number, it loses its S. So what are we trying to say here? If I'm saying 200, I need to put S at 100. But if I'm saying 272, because since 72 is coming after 100, then I should not put S at 100. Okay? 500, S. 521, then no more S at 100. For hundreds and something numbers, just say the number of 100 and then state the rest of the number. There is no and equivalent in the French numbers. What are we trying to say here? Example, in English, we'll be saying 172. But in French, we don't have that and for numbers. So we just say 172. Okay? No and in French when we are stating the numbers. Okay? So let's practice a little bit. The first one will be 100. So in French, 100. Can you repeat after me? 100. So you see here, I'm not pronouncing the T. One more time, 100. Okay? 103, 103. One more time, 103. So you see here, there is no and in French. Directly, I say 100, then I say 3. Okay? So, 103. 189, 189. 200, 200 with S. 200, so we are adding S here. We said if nothing comes after, then I should mention S, sorry. So, 270, 270. 270. So here, if you pay attention, there is no more S here. Why? Because there is a number coming after 100. Okay? 208. 208. So you see here, there is no S because there is a number coming after 100. 300. 300. So S because nothing comes after. 400, 400, so S. 680, so 680. Okay, so here there is an S. So if you are not getting this one, please you need to go and watch the numbers part 2. Okay, if you want to understand why there is an S here. Okay, 700, 700. So we are adding S here because there is nothing coming after 100. 771, 771. 771. Okay? 800, 800. 800. So S here. 810, 810. 810. So don't forget here, there should be no end. 900, 900. Okay? So the last one, 999, 999. 999. Okay? So let's continue. Please, if you have a problem here, please, you can stop the video and practice them, then continue. Now, we are going to study numbers from 1000 to 999,999. Les nombres de 1000 à 999,999. Don't worry, we will practice this number also. Okay, so first, what do we need to note down? No articles or number in front of 1000 when it means 1000. So the same logic that we said for the 100, we are going to apply here also. So 1000 is also a small number like 100. So we are not going to mention 1. Okay, so only from 2 we are going to say 2000, 3000. Okay, but for 1 we just say 1000 as well as 100. So 1000 is invariable, so never S. If you remember when we spoke about the 100, what we said? We said for 100 no S, but from 200, 300, 400 we need to mention S because it is more than 1. It's plural. But the word 1000 in French itself, it's invariable, so we'll never add S. So 2000 no S, 100,000 no S, 900,000 no S. Okay? English uses a comma separator while French using a period or a space. Okay, so between the 100 and the 3 remaining digits, in English you use a comma, but in French we are going to use a period or just a space. Okay, so let's continue. Let's practice a little bit. So 1000. So 1000 in French will be nothing but 1000. Please repeat after me. 1000. One more time. 1000. One more time, please. 1000. Very good. So next one. 1030. 1030. So you remember the same logic as for the 100. Between the 1000 or the 100 and the next digit, there should be no AND. And we don't have that end in French. So 1030. One more time. 1030. So 3000. So 3000. So you see, we said 1000, that word 1000. So in French, 1000 in English is invariable. So never S here. Okay, even 100,000, never S. Okay, 20,856, 20,885. Okay, 20,000, so 20,000, so 20,000 for 20,000. Okay, 800, so for 800. Okay, 56 for 56. So it looks big, but it's just logic. Okay, one more time. So 20,000, so 20,000. Okay, so 1000 for 1000. So the dot is here, so 20,000, so 20,000. 800, 856, 56. Okay, please, if you practice, it will be very easy after sometimes. So 112,357. 112,357. So if you remember, we said for 100 we are not going to mention 1, so that's what happened here. So that's why there is no 1 before. So 112,000, so 112,000. Okay, so the dot is here. 112,000. So 112,357. and 57, 57. Okay? 609,467. So 609,467. Okay? 807,564. 807,564. Okay? Please, you just need to practice them. Okay? So now the last one. 999,999. 999,000. Okay? 999. Okay? Yes, they are kind of like longer, but they are easy. Just logic. Okay? Please practice for some times, and I'm sure you will understand it after some 2 or 3 practices. So let's continue. Now, we are going to study the numbers from 1 million and up. Okay? So, les nombres 1 million et plus. So, don't worry about that word that I just said. We are going to practice it. So, les nombres 1 million et plus. So, let's continue. First, you need to note down that these are very big numbers. Okay? So, 1 million is a very big number. So, the number 1 should be mentioned for 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion. So, if you remember, for hundreds and thousands, we said 100 is a very small number. 1,000 even is also a small number. So, for 100 and 1,000, we are not mentioning 1. But, coming to million, billion, and trillion, even 1 million, 1 billion, and 1 trillion, we need to mention. Yeah, of course, because they are really big numbers. Okay? Second point, milliard, milliard, and billion take on S when plural. So they are like thousands. They're like hundreds. So you remember what we said? We said for 100, no S. But for 200, 300, 400, we are going to mention S. So the same logic will be applied here. And here, the small difference that we are going to see, even if there is a number coming after a million or after a billion or after trillion, as long as we are saying more than 1, that S will stay. For the 100, if you remember, after something, after a number, if there is a number coming after 100, then there is no more S at that 100. But here, we are going to keep the S. Last point. The preposition DE is required between the number and any noun. So, example, if I'm saying 1 billion books. 1 billion books, I need to say 1 billion, and then I need to add DE before say books. Okay, that is the logic in French. So 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 million, and a number, then there should be DE between the number and the noun. Okay, let's start. So 1 million will be nothing but 1 million. Can you please repeat after me? 1 million. Okay. 2 millions will be nothing but 2 millions. So you see here, there is a S now. 2 millions. Okay. Now, 1 billion will be nothing but 1 milliard. One more time. 1 milliard. You see, I'm not pronouncing the D. One more time. 1 milliard. Okay. Now, 1 trillion will be nothing but 1 billion. Okay. 1 billion. Okay. So it's like switching the English. Okay. Milliard becomes billion in English and trillion becomes billion in French. Okay. That is just the logic that we have here. So now let's read this number. It looks bigger, but it's a small one. So we have 3 digit, another 3. So that is million and 18. So 18,876,987. So 18 million. So you see here, even there is a number coming after million, but here we kept the S. So let's repeat. 18 876 987. Yeah, it's a very big number. Okay. Now, the last one. 1 million stars. So here it's adding numbers and nouns. So let's see how we are going to express it in French. So 1 million. So 1 million. Now between the number and the noun here, you see we added an D apostrophe. So D apostrophe came instead of DE because we have a vowel coming after. Otherwise we're supposed to write DE. So here between the number and the noun here, we need to add DE. Okay, so this is it for today's class. Thank you so much for watching, and please, if you have any doubt, please drop it in the comment section. Okay, I'll be glad to answer, or I'll be glad also to give you more information. Okay, and if you still have some doubts about the numbers, please take your time, practice and practice. Why? Because practice makes learning to be perfect. Merci beaucoup, and see you soon for another video.